Welcome in to Carmichael Sports Media's coverage of Clarke Central football on the NFHS network. I'm Carter Braun, joined alongside me, the wonderful Bryson Scruggs. Today, we're here at Billy Henderson Stadium in the classic city of Athens, Georgia, where the 2-0 Jefferson Dragons will go on the road and face the 1-1 Clarke Central Gladiators. There are some things to watch out for Clarke Central. Last week, they suffered a 14-0 defeat at the hands of Oconee County. Their offense really sputtered, and they've made a quarterback change. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, Coach Perno is making a big change. After last week having 3 possessions in the red zone and scoring on none of those opportunities, Coach is making a quarterback change. Camar Lee, the transfer from Arizona, who had over 1,400 yards passing and 11 touchdowns last season, is going to get the start tonight. After not being able to capitalize on the possessions, they think that his athleticism and his big arm are going to be the catalyst to finally reaching the end zone.
Yeah, Lee can really sling it down the field. He can run. He gives that offense just another element that they didn't really have in these first 2 games. For more on Camar Lee, we have our very own Jack Little standing by.
Camar Lee comes from Arizona, just like last year's quarterback Hezekiah Melender, now at the University of Georgia. Melender had a fantastic season for Clarke Central last year, and that's one of the reasons that Camar Lee is here, according to Coach David Perno. So he's going to get the shot today. They used him a little bit in their scrimmage against Brookwood, a game that they lost pretty heavily, and they felt like his body language wasn't great after a few turnovers, and that's a big reason why they went with Cameron Lawrence in that first game against Cedar Shoals. Coach Perno had actually planned to play both quarterbacks in that game, but after the way that it went, it was tight in the fourth quarter, and he didn't really feel like that was a time to bring in a cold quarterback. So he stuck with Lawrence. They got the win in that one. And then last week against Oconee County, he got more of a run in the second half after they went down 14-0, and Lawrence was not able to move the ball. We'll see a lot more of Camar Lee, and we'll have a lot more from him today. Back to you, Carter.
Thank you so much, Jack. Lee will certainly be on the lookout to make plays tonight and bring this spark to this Clarke Central offense that they didn't really have before. But this Jefferson defense has stars all around. They're flying to the ball. And what can we really see from them in this game tonight?
This Jefferson defense is an experienced group. It's got a lot of guys that aren't necessarily superstars, but they're unsung heroes. The motto of this team is exposure to excellence promotes excellence. And senior guys on the defensive line, like Trip Porter, like Jordan Robinson, are guys that hold others accountable to that standard. So it's going to be a tough matchup for Lee in his first start against this Jefferson defense.
Yeah, the Jefferson Dragons do have a ton of experience, a very star-studded senior group, and our very own Owen McDaniel actually talked to them this week. For more on this Jefferson senior class, here's Owen.
Thanks, guys. Jefferson's 2026 senior class is a little extra special for the Dragons head coach Travis Nolan. It's Nolan's 4th season with the program, so this is the first class that he has coached all the way through high school. And this class has seen sustained success over their 4 years. Their overall record of 34-8 makes them the winningest class in Class 3A's public school division. A couple of those wins are ones that have defined this senior class, including a shutout victory over Flowery Branch in 2022 in the first game back since the passing of then senior Elijah DeWitt. There was another shutout victory over Eastside that sealed the team's perfect regular season in 2023. And then last season's 21-13 victory over LaGrange to send Jefferson to the state final. Coach Nolan praised the character of the senior class, but he said that they are still putting their signature on their story this season. We'll see if this senior class can add another win to that total today. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Owen. For sure, this Jefferson defense will swarm Camar Lee and not make it very easy for him in his first start for Clarke Central. Who on this defense really stands out to you?
There's 2 guys I'm keeping my eye on in this Jefferson defense. First being Chance Payne. He's a cornerback committed to Minnesota. He was a game wrecker last week. He had an interception, 5 tackles, and added a tackle for loss. He's a playmaker and can force turnovers on any given possession. Second guy I'm keeping my eye on tonight, Carter, is Max Brown. He plays on both sides of the ball. He's a running back and middle linebacker. Last week, he was an absolute game wrecker, had 13 total tackles and 3 tackles for loss. So he is going to be a guy to keep an eye on for tonight.
I mean, add that to his 62 rushing yards last week, and that's not too shabby. Brown and Chance will definitely have a field day if this Clarke Central offense cannot get back to its ways that you saw last year when they had Hezekiah Millender at the helm under center, when he and this Clarke Central team went 8-3. This game, Clarke Central's looking to win, get back over 500, and improve to 2-1 on the season as Jefferson comes into town trying to destroy their hopes. And for Jefferson, it would improve them to 3-0 to remain undefeated. We'll be back with the coin toss and kickoff. Stay tuned to Carmichael Sports coverage of Clarke Central football on the NFHS Network.